Hey guys, it's your pal Victor here from Cult Classics and Cult Following, and I'm here to give you the lowdown, the review on Disney's Cruella. Now, I'm going to be the first person to tell you right off the bat, I am usually not a big fan of these live-action Disney adaptations of classic animated films. I was not a fan of Dumbo, and most of the other ones, like, Aladdin, I feel like the casting usually isn't, the actor who played Aladdin was awesome. The guy who played Jafar miscast woefully. So I feel there's always like missing pieces. Will Smith is not Robin Williams, but he did his best. But those movies are still not the animated films. I feel like, in a way, sometimes it feels like, especially in the case of a few of these, they sort of bring down the estimation of the original. And the weird thing with Cruella is actually not the first sort of reimagining in a live action sense for 101 Dalmatians. Actually, 101 Dalmatians was one of the original live action Disney film reimaginings back in 96 with 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close playing Cruella de Vil, which was really successful, actually, so much so that in 2000, 102 Dalmatians came out and was pretty much a Cruella-centric film. This is not a prequel to those films. It's just sort of like a reboot. A reboot prequel, it sort of reimagines what Cruella might have been like growing up in the 1960s and 70s. And this was directed by Craig Gillespie, who did I, Tonya, one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite docudrama films with awesome casting with Margot Robbie. And I'll bring up Margot Robbie again because in a lot of ways this movie takes elements from movies like Tim Burton's first two Batman films, Batman '89 and Batman Returns. You kind of throw in a pinch of like The Devil Wears Prada with a lot of like 60s and 70s, 60s rock and 70s punk vibes. And you kind of get this movie with a dash of Joker. And I know I've heard Emma Stone say, oh, well, we were wrapping up filming Cruella right when Joker was coming out. That's not to say it still wasn't sort of in the DNA of this film. And I will say this, Cruella is probably my favorite live action Disney reimagining. I think it's awesome. I think the costume designs, the production design, the cinematography in this movie is awesome. I think Emma Stone is fabulous in this movie. She makes his character her. She grabs him. It's like, I am Cruella, and Emma Thompson plays a great foil for her. That being said, there's an element to me that feels like this is sort of Disney's attempt to kind of make Cruella their like Harley Quinn. And I will say, I kind of feel like they succeeded in a lot of ways. I'll be shocked if around Halloween Cruella isn't this year's hot bad girl Halloween costume. But what I will say is the story of this movie, basically, it's just like Cruella as a child growing up. There's tragedy. She meets Horace and Jasper, who are in the cartoon here, played by Paul Walter Hauser from I, Tonya, and the actor who was the lead in the Neon film In the Earth is playing Horace, and I can't remember his name offhand, but it's in the review on cultfollowing.co. It's sort of their adventures is like, kind of growing up as street kids and running grifts, sort of a dirty, rotten scoundrels thing, and they see the talent in Cruella, who's known as Estella early on, and they want her to pursue her dreams of fashion design to get her an entry-level job working for her favorite design house called the Baroness Couture. And, it doesn't take long to see that, that Estella's a go-getter and up-and-comer, and the Baroness eventually sees something in her through a series of entertaining events, and we start to see that maybe she's the real villain of the movie, and Cruella is kind of this punk rock anti-hero. and sort of a fashion battle develops between the two of them, which is executed awesomely on screen. I will say, if you can see this in the theater, see it on the biggest screen possible. I would recommend doing that over seeing it on Disney Plus. But if you need to see it on Disney Plus, Jake, just project it on the biggest screen in your house. I think this is a must-watch movie. Probably a film that really Disney should have just locked down. So you need to watch this in a theater. I don't know why they're still stuck on this half and half approach. But what I will say is, see Cruella as soon as you can. It's super fun. Great performances. The story's a little predictable, and it does borrow a lot from like Selena Kyle, Batman Returns, like the whole sort of Tim Burton vibe, and it's kind of predictable. With its runtime being what it is, it's kind of obnoxious when the audience figures things out long before the characters do. But that being said, the ride is really fun, and it is paced pretty well. See it with a group of your friends. It works best that way. Have some popcorn, have some laughs. This has been Victor with another review here at Cult Classics and Cult Following. Check us out for more to come, and enjoy Cruella opening this Memorial Day weekend, and we will see you all later.